don't think there are two of us that live the same day, but when I entered, it was much more restricted. There was, everybody got up at the same time. We had prayers at a certain time, you had mass at a certain time, then you went to the hospital or the school, unless you were on the night shift, maybe you went to bed during the day. Now, most of us, I get up at 5:30 or 5:20 in the morning and pray a half an hour before I do anything else. And then on days when we have Mass at the center on 100 Oaks, I go to Mass there whenever I can. Sometimes it's morning, sometimes it's evening. Everybody there would do the same thing. I happen to live in a house, so my meals are whenever I decide to have a meal. But if I lived in the bigger house, it would be probably noon and 6 o'clock. I'm a go to bed at 9:30 person, but some people are 2 o'clock in the morning, especially if they're retired. They might be staying up and they don't have Mass the next morning, so they can sleep late, pray, and do whatever they have to do. So it varies.
I'm sorry, that's
Sure.
for you now. If someone just wanted to enter, are they restricted to where they have, the time they have to pray, the time they have to, for the first year?
No, I think
It's
they
just-
would have a guide, and
Mhm.
one of the sisters would be their mentor, and she would help them do their own schedule.
Oh, okay.
But, it might be somebody who's in school, or it might be somebody who's got a job. But yes, you have to pray, and you have to give so much time every day. But some people might do it better in the morning and some in the evening,
Oh,
that type of
okay.
thing. So that's definitely changed from the early days.
Yeah, because I always thought, okay, everybody get up at 5 o'clock,
Yeah.
everybody,
It was lockstep.
pray, then
It
you go
was.
have breakfast together, so.
When we were living in big convents, that's true.
Yeah. okay,
Now,
but
the biggest convent we have is the center. We have a big convent in Wichita, which they have Mass, to my knowledge, every day at 9 o'clock or something, and 11 o'clock on Sunday. So I'm sure they have breakfast before that. If you want to skip breakfast, fine, but you'll skip breakfast,
Okay.
bring something to your room or something, or have, and then come to lunch later.
I know the poverty thing, how, I know back then it was different, but how is it this time of day? Because I know now it's kind of difficult to get around without having a car and stuff like that.
Right. And when I entered, there were, I don't even know, in this house, when I moved here in 1964, we were 32 sisters, I think, and the children's home was here, so we had about 30 girls living here, and house mothers. And the cars we had, I think we had 2. So if you need to go to the doctor, there were a few drivers, and either you drove yourself or somebody drove you. But eventually that changed, and now, for example, I'm the only one living in this house, so I have a car. If somebody were living there with me and didn't really say she's retired, I probably would drive her where she needed to go, or she'd use the car if she was a driver. But if she were working at a different place, we probably both have a car. So it's very different. It's still the idea that you're not attached to it. It's not like, I have to have this car, I have to have this kind of car, I have to use it for anything I want to go on trips and so on. You have to do it within the context of your lifestyle. And, we're not wealthy.